Welcome to Waters World. I'm Jesse Waters. The truth about Joe Biden, that's the subject of tonight's Waters Words. I'm sick of beating around the bush. Time to call a spade a spade. Joe Biden is a horrible president. I've seen enough. On pace to be one of the worst of all time. Most of the country thinks he's incompetent. Democrats don't want him to run again. Everybody's disappointed. We didn't think it would be this bad this fast. Everything, and I mean everything he says he's going to do, he doesn't do. And everything he says is true isn't true. This was his campaign pledge.
I'm not going to shut down the economy. I'm going to shut down the virus.
He didn't shut down the virus, did he? Still clocking in over 1,000 deaths a day. More deaths under Biden than Trump. And it feels like the economy shut down, empty shelves, high prices, and canceled flights. This summer, Biden said inflation was temporary.
Most of the price increases we've seen were expected and are expected to be temporary.
Wrong again, Joe. Inflation's rising at the fastest pace in 30 years and not looking back. In August, Joe said he was getting a handle on rising gas prices.
We're taking action to address gas prices as well.
Biden didn't do anything. Can anybody name a thing Joe Biden did to try to reduce gas prices? If he did anything, it didn't work. The national average is up to nearly $3.50 a gallon. People are getting hurt. He said he'd open ports and fix the supply chain mess.
This is across-the-board commitment to going to 24/7. So by increasing the number of late-night hours of operation and opening up for less crowded hours when the goods can move faster, today's announcement has the potential to be a game changer.
Nothing changed. Everything's still jammed up. Cargo ships from Asia still floating. Not enough truckers, lots of shortages, prices are rising. Vax mandates aren't helping. The vaccine Biden promised wouldn't be mandatory.
No, I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory.
Why should we believe anything he says at this point? Joe said he wasn't going to leave any Americans behind in Afghanistan, remember?
And if there's American citizens left, we're going to stay till we get them all out.
Wrong. Hundreds of Americans stranded there, stranded in a foreign land on Veterans Day. But Biden brings millions of foreign nationals into our homeland. The steady stream of illegals flooding in after he was inaugurated. He says this happens every year.
There is a significant increase in the number of people coming to the border in the winter months of January, February, March. It happens every year.
It doesn't happen every year. Just every year Joe's president. He smashed the all-time illegal alien entry record. Year's not even over yet. Way to go, Joe. Maybe instead of Kamala, Biden should put Hunter in charge of the border. After all, Joe says he's the smartest man he knows.
He is the smartest man I know. I mean, in pure intellectual capacity. I am not concerned about any accusations been made against him. It's used to get to me. I think it's kind of foul play.
Hunter's under federal investigation for Chinese money laundering and tax fraud. And while under investigation for money laundering, it looks like Hunter Biden, the artist, is laundering money by selling his own paintings to anonymous buyers. Hunter's paintings priced higher than signed Picasso's. Right. While the first families getting rich off the taxpayer, are illegal alien families getting rich off the taxpayer too?
There were reports that were surfacing that your administration is planning to pay illegal immigrants who are separated from their families at the border up to $450,000 each, possibly $1 million per family. Do you think that that might incentivize more people to come over illegally?
If you guys keep sending that garbage out, yeah, but it's not true.
So this is a garbage report.
Yeah.
Wrong again. Biden 180'd and then said, yeah, we're planning on paying illegals. The DOJ is settling for millions. But it was Trump's fault. Biden said he'd never use his Department of Justice for political purposes like the way he said Trump did.
The Justice Department under my administration will be totally independent of me. I will not direct them who to prosecute, how to prosecute, what to prosecute. and I will not be I will not enter their decisions based upon the judgments they make about what cases they bring and they don't bring.
Biden's Justice Department just raided James O'Keefe's apartment. Over what? Over Biden's daughter's missing diary. That sounds very independent of the president. I'm sure the president had nothing to do with federal agents hunting for his daughter's lost diary. Maybe if Biden's children would stop losing laptops and diaries, President Biden can save his party from disaster at the ballot box.
We're going to win. I think we're going to win in Virginia.
Not only doesn't he have the pulse of the people, we don't even know if he has a pulse. Not only did Joe pass out in the UK, apparently he passed something else in front of the royal family. It was long and loud and impossible to ignore, the source said. Camilla hasn't stopped talking about it. But America never got wind of this. Our media won't talk about a lot of what we just talked about here tonight. The Biden protection plan is killing the media. CNN's media show, Reliable Sources, is being beaten by reruns of Martin. Not new episodes of Martin, reruns.
All I want to know is why Martin had a party and didn't invite me. I mean, I like the party. Oh, you ain't like the party. Oh, you ain't like the party.
The people would rather watch reruns of Martin than watch the press carry Joe's water. And they better lift harder, because Biden's underwater everywhere. He's at 38% approval in the latest poll. And that's with the media propping him up. Imagine if they treated Biden like Trump, and Trump had slept through and stunk up his UK trip, then sent the feds to raid the home of a CNN reporter because Ivanka's diary was missing. Oh, and everybody was still dying from COVID, and Don Jr. was under investigation for tax fraud, and gas was twice as pricey. If it were that bad for my guy, I'd be watching reruns of Martin too.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.